Over 60 and wondering why some healthy flavors leave you feeling off while others make low-salt meals taste amazing. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 4 kitchen spices to use with real caution and 4 everyday picks that can help you cut salt and sugar without losing taste. Stay to the end for a simple 7-day plan, restaurant ordering script, and quick safety rules that keep flavor high and risk low. This video is educational and not medical advice. If you have heart, kidney, liver, or gallbladder disease, diabetes or reflux, or you take blood thinners or diuretics, talk to your clinician before changing your diet or using supplements. Spices are concentrated plants. A tiny pinch can transform flavor and sometimes how your body responds. Most people do well with normal cooking amounts, but high-dose supplements, mislabeled teas, and home remedy quantities can raise blood pressure, lower potassium, irritate the stomach, or stress the liver. The goal here is simple: keep the flavors you love, skip the avoidable risks, and build a routine that fits life after 60. Let's start with a sweet-tasting surprise. Licorice root, the real herbal root used in some teas, powders, extracts, and black licorice flavored products, contains a compound called glycyrrhizin. It can make your body hold on to sodium and water, push potassium down, raise blood pressure, and even trigger heart rhythm problems, particularly if you already have hypertension, heart failure, kidney issues, or you take diuretics or digoxin. If licorice root is part of your routine, it's worth pausing and asking your clinician whether it's safe for you. There's a version called DGL, or deglycyrrhizinated licorice, that removes most glycyrrhizin, but it still deserves a quick safety check before regular use. If you notice new swelling in your ankles, muscle cramps or weakness, or your home blood pressure climbs after a licorice-heavy week, stop and call your clinician. Next, a pantry staple with a twist. Cinnamon comes in 2 main types. Cassia, the common cheaper sort in most supermarkets, naturally contains more cumin. Ceylon, often labeled true cinnamon, has much less. Small sprinkles in cooking are usually fine, but heaping daily spoonfuls of cassia or high-dose cinnamon capsules can expose your liver to more cumin than it likes, especially if you already have liver disease or take certain medications. A simple swap helps. Use Ceylon cinnamon for daily use and save cassia for occasional baking. If you're replacing sugar with cinnamon in oats or coffee, great. Just keep it to culinary pinches, not tablespoons. And if you're on blood thinners or have liver concerns, skip cinnamon extracts and oils unless your clinician gives the okay. Culinary amounts are typically fine. Star anise looks beautiful in a jar and smells amazing in stews, but not all star anise is the same. Chinese star anise Illicium verum is the culinary spice you want. Japanese star anise Illicium anisatum is toxic. In the past, mislabeling in teas caused serious neurologic symptoms. The safest path is to buy whole Chinese star anise pods from a reputable brand, clearly labeled Illicium verum, and use 1 or 2 pods for cooking in soups and stews. Avoid medicinal star anise teas of unknown origin, and don't give star anise teas to children or frail adults. If you ever feel unusually agitated, dizzy, or nauseated after a star anise tea, stop and seek medical advice. Nutmeg is another quiet one. A pinch makes spinach, squash, or custard sing. But teaspoons in drinks or home remedies can cause toxicity from a compound called myristicin, nausea, a racing heart, dizziness, confusion. Treat nutmeg as a garnish. 1/8 to 1/4 teaspoon across an entire dish is plenty. Skip any recipe that calls for spoonfuls of nutmeg in a beverage. If too much sneaks in and you feel unwell, get medical help. A few quick cautions in the same spirit. Turmeric in food is generally well tolerated and a great flavor anchor, but high-dose curcumin or turmeric supplements can increase bleeding tendency in some people or aggravate gallbladder symptoms. If you're on anticoagulants or have gallstones, ask first. High supplemental doses of garlic, ginger, or clove can mildly increase bleeding risk around surgery or with blood thinners. Culinary amounts are usually fine. Just keep your care team in the loop. If you deal with reflux or hemorrhoids, very hot child blends can make symptoms worse. Adjust heat to your comfort and rely more on herbs and acids for brightness. Now the good news for everyday spices that help you enjoy low-sodium meals without feeling deprived. Turmeric is a warm, golden base that works across cuisines. It becomes even more useful when you pair it with a pinch of black pepper and a little fat, like olive oil or butter. Those two help your body absorb more of turmeric's active compounds. Stir 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon into lentil soup, vegetable curries, scrambled eggs or tofu, or whisk it into a 2-minute yogurt sauce with lemon. If you have gallbladder disease or take blood thinners, keep it at culinary levels and check before using supplements. Ginger is bright and peppery sweet. It makes veg and proteins pop so you can use less salt and sugar. Grate fresh ginger into stir-fries, soups, and marinades, or add ground ginger to oats, smoothies, and baked apples. If ginger triggers reflux, cook it a bit longer to mellow the heat and keep portions modest. If you're on blood thinners, stick to food amounts and let your clinician know before you consider any supplement. Ceylon cinnamon is the daily cinnamon that helps you cut sugar while keeping food satisfying. Sprinkle it on oats, yogurt, or coffee. Add a pinch to stews and chili for depth you can't quite put your finger on. Because it's lower in coumarin than cassia, it's the better everyday choice. As always, avoid large daily spoonfuls or capsules unless your clinician approves. Cumin plus coriander is the savory duo that makes vegetables, beans, and lean proteins taste restaurant level without extra salt. Toast half a teaspoon of each in a dry pan for 30 to 60 seconds until fragrant, then add to beans, lentil soups, roasted carrots or cauliflower, or chicken. Finish with lemon and fresh herbs, and you'll be surprised how little salt you need. If you've been told to cut salt but you don't want flat food, 3 small technique shifts change everything. Bloom spices briefly in a little oil before adding liquids. 30 to 60 seconds is enough to unlock aroma. Start dishes with an aromatic base: onions, garlic, celery, carrots, or ginger give depth that feels complete. Then finish with acid and herbs. A squeeze of lemon or a splash of vinegar at the end, plus a handful of fresh parsley, dill, cilantro, or basil makes flavors pop without adding sodium. Texture matters too. A sprinkle of toasted seeds or nuts for crunch, a spoon of yogurt or avocado for creaminess, and colorful greens and peppers for visual appeal all make healthier plates more satisfying. To make this practical, try a simple 7-day Spice Smart plan. Day 1, audit your spice rack and teas. If you use cinnamon daily, switch to Ceylon. Set aside licorice root teas, extracts, and any unlabeled star anise teas so you can ask your clinician whether they're safe for you. Day 2, make a 2-minute yogurt sauce to put on anything. Plain Greek yogurt, a 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon freshly grated ginger, lemon juice, and a drizzle of olive oil. Use it on roasted veg, beans, fish, or chicken. Day 3, do a roast night. Toss cauliflower or carrots with olive oil, half a teaspoon cumin, and half a teaspoon coriander and black pepper. Roast until tender, then finish with lemon and chopped parsley. Day 4, cut some sugar by sprinkling Ceylon cinnamon on oats or coffee and adding nuts and fruit for real sweetness and fiber. Day 5, if you enjoy the smell of star anise, buy a reputable culinary brand labeled Elysium Verum and tuck 1 or 2 pods into a soup or stew. Skip any medicinal teas of unknown origin. Day 6, keep nutmeg in its lane. Garnish only, a tiny pinch for spinach, squash soup, or a yogurt parfait. No teaspoon-level drinks. Day 7, review what worked. Which spices helped you use less salt or sugar? Did any aggravate reflux? Do your medications raise any questions about supplements? Keep the winners and adjust the rest. If you take any spice supplements, bring a clear list to your next appointment and ask your clinician to weigh in. Eating out can be flavor-forward and low in salt with one polite sentence. When you order, say, "Light on salt, please." Use pepper and herbs. Dressing on the side, choose grilled, roasted, or steamed dishes. Ask for lemon wedges. Skip cured meats and extra salty sauces. Trade fries for steamed veg or a baked potato topped with olive oil and pepper. These tiny choices add up across the week. A quick safety snapshot keeps you on track. If you take blood thinners or antiplatelet medicines, culinary use of turmeric, ginger, garlic, and clove is generally fine, but avoid high-dose spice supplements unless your clinician approves, and always tell your team before procedures. If you have hypertension, heart or kidney disease, or take diuretics or digoxin, licorice root products can push blood pressure up and potassium down. Avoid them unless your clinician has cleared them for you. If you live with liver disease, prefer Ceylon over cassia for daily cinnamon, and avoid large doses of spice extracts. If you have gallbladder disease, turmeric supplements can aggravate symptoms. Culinary turmeric is often fine with guidance. And if you ever experience unusual bruising or bleeding, right upper abdominal pain, jaundice, very dark urine after starting high-dose extracts, or new severe swelling or a big jump in home blood pressure after licorice products, stop and seek care. If a meal tastes flat without salt, bloom your spices, build your aromatic base, and finish with lemon and herbs. Flavor will wake up without the shaker. If cinnamon upsets your stomach, switch to Ceylon. Use smaller sprinkles and add it to food rather than taking it straight. If ginger gives you heartburn, cook it longer and pair it with yogurt. Small doses go a long way. If you're tempted by spice capsules, remember that food first is safer for most people after 60. Any supplement should be a conversation. List your meds and conditions and ask your clinician what fits you best. Let's bring it all together. Use licorice root with real caution, or skip it. Especially if you're managing blood pressure, potassium, or heart rhythm, talk to your clinician before using it. Choose Ceylon cinnamon for daily use and keep cassia for occasional baking. Avoid large daily spoonfuls or extracts unless approved. Enjoy star anise safely by cooking with clearly labeled Chinese pods and skipping unknown teas. Keep nutmeg as a garnish. Tiny pinches only, no teaspoon drinks. Lean on 4 everyday helpers to make low-sodium meals enjoyable: turmeric with black pepper and a little oil, fresh or ground ginger, daily Ceylon cinnamon, and the cumin plus coriander duo finished with lemon and herbs. Use the 7-day plan to lock in small wins you can sustain. If this helped, tell me in the comments which 2 changes you'll start today. Maybe swapping to Ceylon cinnamon and toasting cumin and coriander for dinner, or making that turmeric ginger yogurt sauce tonight. You'll find a printable, spice, smart checklist, and credible sources in the description. This video is educational and not medical advice. Don't change medications or start supplements without your clinician's guidance.